Welcome to the 0 to 200K program. The purpose of this is to craft the right offer, build an audience, and prove that strangers will buy from you. If you're here from Funnelytics, you've most likely seen that we've got an awesome audience. We've got a Facebook group of over 20,000 people. I want to share a very quick story about Funnelytics and why I decided to call this phase 0 to 200K. So when I first launched Funnelytics, I spent exactly 2 months implementing the 7 pieces that you see here, right? Awareness, dream customer, your gate, your attentive audience, your attractive character, the core offer, and the top of the mountain. Those are the 7 pieces that you see here. And when I started selling the core offer, I spent 2 months focusing on these 7 pieces. And when I started selling my core offer, which is called Funnelytics Pro, we went from 0 to over $200,000 in revenue in just 48 hours. We did $208,000 in 48 hours. And that's because I followed this process right here. Now, I also called it 0 to 200,000 because $200,000 is typically a massive threshold for most business owners. You can hustle and you can push yourself to generate around that $15,000 per month mark. Maybe you can go all the way up to $20,000, but then you get really burnt out, right? You reach your capacity. You can't keep going. You can't keep hustling. You can't keep rolling up your sleeves and doing all the sales yourself. You can't keep trying to post content all the time and do all of these different things in order for you to scale to that next level. So 200K is really that threshold. That said, though, you don't have to stay in this phase until your business is generating $200,000 in revenue. You can move on to the next phase. The key to this phase is proving that your offer is going to be purchased by strangers. It's proving and getting strangers to become leads, to become an attentive audience, and proving that they will buy your core offer. So it's about formulating what that core offer looks like, what that message looks like, what that hook looks like, how you're going to actually sell this. That said, though, you cannot skip this phase. You need to go through this process to prove that people are going to buy that core offer before you can start automating it. Too many people think about funnels from day number 1. They think about, I need to build a webinar funnel, or I need to build a sales funnel, or I need to build my product e-commerce funnel, all of these funnels. And the reality is, if you skip this phase, your funnels will fail. It will not work. You have to focus on this first and foremost and prove that people will buy your core offer. If you've proven that already, then great, you can now move on to phase number 2, and you can start with your funnel momentum, and you can start actually automatically selling your offer. However, I still strongly recommend that you go through this entire program and you do all of the exercises and you do everything that I teach you, because it's going to give you ideas on how to position your offer better. It's going to give you ideas on how to grow an attentive audience, how to leverage them, how to make sure that people want to buy from you consistently, continuously, no matter what new offers you decide to launch. Okay, that's what this is going to show you, and it's really important that you focus on it. Now, there are 3 steps to this, okay? I really made this program a step-by-step program. I really wanted you to go through this in a linear step-by-step format, unlike anything you've experienced before, because there's too much theory out there, and sometimes you get lost in the theory. So this picture right here is going to be your guide. You're going to follow along with this picture, and step number 1 looks like this. Step number 1 starts off by defining your dream customer and the top of their mountain, okay? There's a key word here. It's the top of their mountain, not your mountain, not your product, not your service, nothing related to you. It's about defining who your dream customer is, who are they, getting inside of their heads, and understanding where do they want to go, or where are you taking them, right? What is the top of their mountain? That is the first thing you need to focus on. Before you start even thinking about your offers, before you start thinking about your product or service, before you start thinking about generating leads, you need to define your dream customer, and then you need to understand where are you taking them. And that's what we're really going to focus on in step number 1. Once you know who your dream customer is and you know where you're taking them, that's when you now turn your dream customers into an attentive audience. So you can see how this is starting to shape, right? It's starting to evolve. You start off with basically nothing, a mountain, and then you start to realize that there are a bunch of people out there in the world who want to solve specific problems. Now you go and turn those people into an attentive audience, okay? And you can see how this is starting to evolve. You start creating awareness. You move these dream customers through a gate and you build them and you start building your attentive audience, and you develop an attractive character who sits at the top of the mountain to show them that there is a way to get up to that top of the mountain, okay? So that's step number 2 in the 0 to 200K phase. Step number 3 is crafting your offer and prove that your audience is going to buy. So again, you see how this is starting to evolve, right? Now that we know what our mountain is, we know who our attentive audience is, we're starting to build it. Now it's time to build that very first step. That's your core offer. That's the very first thing, that's the flagship thing that is going to help them get to the top of the mountain. It's time for you to prove that your audience will buy, and it's time to craft the perfect offer. Those are the three steps of the 0 to 200K phase of the 0 to 200K program, and that's what I'm going to guide you throughout this entire program, okay?